and good day. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz from eTurboNews, and this is a breaking news update. For more news updates and shows, please go to youtube.com/travel news group. youtube.com/travel news group. Here's our update.
Canada extends current entry rules for foreign travelers. To help keep people in Canada safe, the Government of Canada put in place border measures to reduce the risk of the importation and transmission of COVID-19 and new variants in Canada related to international travel. Today, the Government of Canada announced it is extending current border measures for travelers entering Canada. Requirements for travelers arriving to Canada are expected to remain in effect until at least September 30, 2022. In addition, the pause of mandatory random testing will continue at all airports until mid-July, for travelers who qualify as fully vaccinated. The pause was put in place on June 11, 2022 and is allowing airports to focus on streamlining their operations, while the Government of Canada moves forward with its planned move of COVID-19 testing for air travelers outside of airports to select test provider stores, pharmacies, or by virtual appointment. Mandatory random testing continues at land border points of entry, with no changes. Travelers who do not qualify as fully vaccinated, unless exempt, will continue to test on day 1 and day 8 of their 14-day quarantine. Moving testing outside of airports will allow Canada to adjust to increased traveler volumes while still being able to monitor and quickly respond to new variants of concern, or changes to the epidemiological situation. Border testing is an important tool in Canada's detection and surveillance of COVID-19 and has been essential in helping us slow the spread of the virus. Data from the testing program are used to understand the current level and trends of importation of COVID-19 into Canada. Border testing also allows for the detection and identification of new COVID-19 variants of concern that could pose a significant risk to the health and safety of Canadians. In addition, this data has and continues to inform the Government of Canada's safe easing of border measures. All travelers must continue to use ArriveCan, free mobile app or website to provide mandatory travel information within 72 hours before their arrival in Canada, and/or before boarding a cruise ship destined for Canada, with few exceptions. Additional efforts are being undertaken to enhance compliance with ArriveCan, which is already over 95% for travelers arriving by land and air combined. Quotes. As we move into the next phase of our COVID-19 response, it is important to remember that the pandemic is not over. We must continue to do all that we can to keep ourselves and others safe from the virus. It is also important for individuals to remain up to date with the recommended vaccinations to ensure they are adequately protected against infection, transmission, and severe complications. As we have said all along, Canada's border measures will remain flexible and adaptable, guided by science and prudence. The Honourable Jean-Yves Duclos, Minister of Health. Today's announcement would not be possible without Canadians' continued efforts to vaccinate themselves, wear their masks, and follow public health advice while traveling. Our government's commitment will always be to protect passengers, employees, and their communities from the impacts of COVID-19, while keeping our transportation system strong, efficient, and resilient for the long term. The Honourable Omar Alghabra, Minister of Transport. Our government is deeply invested in growing our visitor economy, and the Canadian economy as a whole. From our reputation as a safe travel destination to our world-class attractions and wide open spaces, Canada has it all, and we are ready to welcome back domestic and international tourists, while prioritizing their safety and well-being. We will continue to work with all orders of governments and partners to reduce the friction in the travel system and ensure a memorable travel experience for all. The Honourable Randy Boissonnault, Minister of Tourism and Associate Minister of Finance. The health and safety of Canadians is our government's top priority. At the same time, we will continue to add resources to ensure that travel and trade can keep moving, and I especially want to thank Canada Border Services Agency employees for their tireless work. We always take action to secure our borders and protect our communities, because that's what Canadians expect. The Honourable Marco E. L. Mendicino, Minister of Public Safety.
Thank you for listening to our news update. There's more on youtube.com/travel news group, or you can read us, of course, in going to our news portal at eTurboNews.com or travelnews.online.